are solving the problem, and up to the value of xu we come, I think. We come up to the value of xu. The problem is already with you. Okay, so we will continue that problem. So up to which point we have solved the problem yesterday? I think xu value. Okay, xu is equal to, what was the value of xu? We have considered the third case now, and for the third case we have put up all the values in the equation. Okay, you go through the problem which we have solved yesterday, and about we were at the point for finding out the value of xu. So what was the value of xu? 85.45. Okay, so xu is 85.45 mm. This value we have calculated yesterday. Okay. Now after the calculation of value of xu, okay, so first thing is clear that xu is greater than df, because our df value is less. Okay, I think the value of df is somewhere 40 mm was the value of df. So from this it is clear that xu is greater than df. Okay, next thing is what we have to check, that the value of 0.3 xu, where df is greater than or less than 0.3 xu. Okay, just a minute. Hello, hello,
बोलना यार
लेक्चर चालू आहे.
वर आलाय ना
हा, का हो?
काय दिसलं नाही म्हणून म्हणतो
हा, नाही नाही, हा लेक्चर चालू आहे. हा,
हो, हो, हो.
okay, so we have to check the value for 0.43 xu. Now we will calculate the value of 0.43 xu. So 0.43 xu is equal to, it is 0.43 multiplied by 85.45. What is the answer? 36.75. Okay, so the answer is 36.75. So this is the value of 0.43 xu. Now compare the value of df and 0.43 xu. Okay, so here we can say that df, if we compare the value, then what we can say, df is greater than 0.43 xu. Okay, so hence our assumption what was the assumption? xu is greater than df and df is greater than 0.43 xu is correct. Is correct. Okay, now calculate the value of xu max. Now calculate the value of xu max. Okay, so for xu max is equal to, how do we calculate the value of xu max? What is the grade of steel given to us? Fe 500. So for Fe 500, what is the xu max by d ratio? For Fe 500, what is the ratio? So xu max upon d is equal to 0.46. Okay, this is for Fe 500. Therefore, xu max is equal to 0.46 into d. Now put the values. Therefore, xu max is equal to 0.46 into d. What is the value of d? Effective depth is given to us or overall depth is given to us? Effective depth, it is 400. Effective depth is given to us. Therefore, xu max is equal to, now what is the value of xu max? 184. Okay, so the value is 184 mm. So the maximum depth of neutral axis is 184 mm. So write down these things and let me know if you complete this. So I will erase the board. Here compare the values of XU and XU max now. So here if you compare the value of XU and XU max, so your XU was 85.45 and your XU max is 184. So XU is less than XU max. Okay. So therefore you can write here, therefore section is under reinforced. Section is under reinforced section. Okay. So now mu is equal to, so now see the formula for mu which is given. Okay, so you are having case number 3. See the formula, that formula we need to use. Only the thing is, if XU is less than XU max, section is under reinforced, then you can use the value of XU as it is in the formula. And if your XU is greater than XU max, okay, then you need to assume that the section is balanced section, and instead of XU you use the value of XU max, because XU is equal to XU max in that case. Only these things you have to consider into this. Now mu is equal to, what is the formula? So mu is equal to, it is CUF into ZF, that is for flange, plus CUW into ZW. So mu is equal to, what is CUF now? So it is 0.446 FCK into BF minus BW. Okay. Now this is the third case. Okay, so for third case, we the throughout the flange, the stress is not uniform. Okay, so up to the depth of YF, we consider the uniform stress. This is our YF. So this is the value of CUF. Okay, this is the value of CUF, and you need to multiply this value by ZF. ZF is the lever arm. Okay, so the lever arm will be D minus YF by 2. This is your lever arm, and this bracket is completed. Plus, okay, plus, hello, hello,
आहे का पाकिट
आहे
कुठे होतं
बॅगेत.
बॅगेत
हा ठीक आहे, ठेवतो मी लेक्चर मध्ये. ओके, सो now plus CUW. Now what is the value for CUW? So CUW is 0.36 FCK BW into XU. Okay. So this is the value of CUF, and you need to multiply this value by lever arm, and lever arm is D minus 0.42 XU. This is your lever arm. Okay. So you need to put the value of all the things here in the formula. So mu is equal to, what is the thing, that 0.446 into, so what is our FCK value? So we need to see what is the grade of concrete for that. So our grade of concrete is, I think, M20. So multiplied by 20 into, here it is BF minus BW. So width of flash BF is 140 into Y into YF. So what is the value of YF now? We need to calculate the value of YF. Okay, so you calculate the value of YF separately. What is the formula to calculate the value of YF? I have already given you 0.15 XU plus 0.65 DF. Now you know the value of XU. Okay, so first, so before going to this step, I think we should first calculate the value of YF. Okay, that value is needed. So here, first of all, YF is equal to What is the formula for YF? It is 0.15 XU plus 0.65 DF. Okay. So YF is equal to, it is 0.15 into XU. So the value of XU we need to enter over here. So XU is 85.45. Our value of XU is 85.45 plus 0.65 into DF. So depth is 40. So if you solve this, you will get the value of YF. Let me know the value of YF. 38.82. Okay, so the value of YF is 38.82. So if you finished up to this point, let me know. We will move to the next step. Okay, 38.82. Now just you need to put all the values in the formula to get the answer. So now further, now we will put the values. Mu is equal to, so mu is equal to, here it is 0.36, 0.36 into 20 into, okay, 230. BW value is 230 into XU is 85.45 into D minus 0.42 XU. So D is 400 minus 0.42 into XU. XU is 85.45. Okay. So plus here in the bracket, next is 0.446 FCK, 6 FCK. Sorry, instead of FCK now we should put the value. So 0.446 into 20 into BF minus BW. Okay, so I will write over here BF minus BW is 1400. It is your value of BF minus BW is 230. BF minus BW into YF. So right now we have calculated the value of YF. It is 38 point something. Okay, I should see the value. YF 38.82. Okay, so the YF is 38.82. So multiply this by 38.82. That is the value of YF into, again lever arm is remaining. So lever arm D minus YF by 2. So D is 400 minus YF 38.82 divided by 2. So if you solve this bracket, you will get the value of mu 205.7. Okay, so I will write the value over here 205.7 kilonewton meter. Okay, so this is the value. Okay, uh, so now I will write the next problem. You copy me and then we will solve the problem. Okay, as usual, I will write the problem simultaneously. You write it down with me. I hope this is over now. I am clearing the board, or I will switch to the next. Okay. So now here the next problem is, I think problem number third or fourth. I don't remember. We will continue the next number. So T beam. This is the given problem. So I will read the problem. A T beam having effective span of 6 meter and width of web is 230 mm and depth of flange is 40 mm. Full stop. The beam is reinforced with 4 bars of 16 mm diameter. Use M20 and Fe415 steel and find out the limiting moment if the effective depth of beam is 450 mm. So this is the given problem now. Now what is the difference in earlier problem and this problem? If you observe, here the width of flange is not given to you. Okay, so we need to calculate the width of flange first. Now how to calculate that width of flange? I will tell you. First of all, we will write down the given data. So what is given to us, that we will write down first. So the given quantities are, first they have given us the effective span. So L0 or L you can say, or L0, whatever you want to say, you can put the notation over here, L or L0. So it is nothing but span. So it is 6 meter, so which is 6 meter, which is equal to 6000 mm. Then effective span means length of that beam is this much, 6 meter. So BW then. So width of web, it is 230 mm. Then DF, depth of flange, it is given as again 40 mm. Okay. Then FCK, the value of FCK is 20 Newton per mm square. FY, so value of Fy is 415 Newton per mm square. Then effective depth, small d is directly given to you, 450 mm. Okay. Then area of steel is given to you, AST, which is equal to 4 into 5 by 4 into 16 square. What is the value of AST? 804.25. So the value of AST is 804.25 mm square. This is the value of AST. So finished up to this point, then we will move to the next. If we finished, okay. So the next point is, after the calculation of this, what we can say, AST. Now our next job is to calculate the BF. Okay, so width of flange. So to calculate the width of flange, we need to go to the IS code. Okay, we should go to the IS code. So I will go here in the IS code first. Okay, okay, to calculate the BF. So you can calculate the BF as BF is equal to L0 by 6 plus BW plus 6DF. So here the L0 is nothing but the span of the beam. Okay, BW, you already know the value of BW. So BW is nothing but your width of web, and DF is the depth of the flange. Okay, so we are going to use this formula. This is given in clause number, I think this formula is given in clause number 23.1.2. Okay, determining the effective width of flange. So there is no need to by heart this formula again. You are having this formula in the IS code on page number 37. Okay, clause number 23.1.2. So we are going to use this formula to calculate the width of the flange, as it is not directly given into the problem. Okay, so moving on to our problem now. Okay, so now here we are going to calculate the value of BF. So we will use the formula for that. And now I will write the formula. So from from clause number 23.1.2, page number 37, BF is equal to, what is the formula for BF? It is L0 by 6 plus BW plus 6 DF. Now just we need to put our values over here. L0 is 6000 divided by 6 plus BW is 230 plus 6 into DF is 40. So if you solve this, you will get the value of BF. We need to round up that value if you are getting in point. Effective width means center to center distance. As you are seeing that actually the flange means it is a slab. Okay, and your flange width will be the center to center distance between the slabs. Okay, from slab one center of the one slab to the center of the another slab. So 3630 is the right answer, or 1470? 1470 is the right answer. Okay, 1470. So the answer is 1470. Okay, this is our width of flange. Okay, so we can put that width as it is, or we can round up that width also. Okay, so 1470 mm is our width of flange. Okay, the width of flange and effective width of, whenever I am saying width of flange, it is nothing but it is effective width of flange, center to center distance between the two slabs. Okay, so now let us start our regular procedure now. Once we got this value, so we will assume that now the neutral axis is passing through the flange. Okay, so I will write here, assume assume neutral axis assume neutral axis is passing through flange. Neutral axis is passing through flange means what? Therefore, XU is less than DF. That is what we have assumed initially. Okay. So let me know, is it over? We will go to the next. So after this now, we will, for equilibrium, we will equate total compression force to the total tensile force. Okay. Now as XU is less than DF, that is our assumption. So neutral axis is in the flange. So your beam will behave as a single reinforced section. So from that case, you need to take the formula for CU. Okay. So what is your CU now? You write the formula for CU. CU is 0.36 FCK BF into XU. Okay, which is equal to TU 0.87 FY AS. So here 0.36 into FCK. FCK is again grade of concrete. Grade of concrete is I think M20. BF we have calculated 1470. XU as it is, which is equal to 0.87 into Fy is 415 into AST. What was the value of AST which we have calculated? 804.2 something. Now I don't remember the value. You put here exact value. Okay, and therefore XU is equal to, let me know the answer. You check this value, huh? What is the value of AST, and if it is wrongly written over here, please tell me the correct value of AST, and by putting the correct value you should tell me the answer. What is the XU value of XU? 27.43. 27.43 is the value of XU. Okay, so 27.43. Have you checked for this value AST? Whatever value I have written, is it right? Check करत जावा. If our one value gets wrong, then whole problem gets wrong. Okay, and this is also one of the unsolved problem which we are solving now. Okay, so we got the value of XU. So compare the value of XU and DF. compare the value of XU and DF. So what is the value of DF? DF it is given as 40 mm. So therefore here what we got, XU is less than DF. Hence our assumption is correct. Okay, so we got the lesser value of XU. We got the lesser value of XU. Okay, so now if we got the less value of XU, so you know that first case formulas are with you. Calculate the value of XU max now. So calculate the value of XU max, and from the value of XU max calculate the value of MU. So now this comes under the singly reinforced section, and whenever XU is less than DF, the formulas are same like singly reinforced section. All the concept of that you need to use over here. Uh, so if I move further, now XU is less than DF, then XU max by D ratio for Fe415 it is 0.48. Therefore, XU max is equal to 0.48 into D. What was the depth given to you? 450. So XU max is equal to, what is the value? 216. So 216 mm. So therefore, XU is less than XU max. Okay. So section is under reinforced. If the section is under reinforced, therefore MU is equal to, we can calculate the MU as 0.87 Fy AST into D minus 0.42 XU. If you put the values, you will get the answer. MU is equal to 0.87 into Fy is 415 into area of steel 804.2 in bracket D is 450 minus 0.42 into XU. XU किती काढलं होतं आपण? What was the value of XU? I should see the value 27.43. 27.43. So therefore, at the last, you will get this value. MU is equal to. Let me know the answer. So value 127.32. So the answer is 127.32 kilonewton. So this is the value of MU, uh, which for which we got the answer. Okay. So now we will take the next numerical. So is it over? So we will move to the next problem.
तुमची सीसी हे ना जामीनदार का नाही नाही ना मनुष्य जाऊ शकतो तिला मला म्हणलं आता काय झालं फोन मी म्हणलं बोलतो
झालं का?
मी काय होय बरोबर ठीक आहे मग काय वांधो नाही.
Okay, so now write down the problem with me. Problem. You complete the problem, write up. So write down the problem. Once you complete writing the problem, let me know. Okay. So now I will read the problem first and then we will write the given data. Now see what they have told us. A T-beam of span 6 meter and width of web to 30 mm is reinforced with 4 bars of 20 mm diameter. Thickness of the flange is 40 mm. Use M20 and Fe500 to find the limiting moment if overall depth of the beam is 450 mm. Okay. And the effective cover is 50 mm. So this is the given problem. We need to find out again MU. So for that, first of all, we will write down the given data. So we will write down the given data first. So what is given to us now? So given data. So in that span is given to us 6 meter, which is 6000 mm. Then BW is given to us width of wave 230 mm. After that, what DF depth of flange it is 40 mm. Then FCK, we know FCK it is 20 Newton per mm square. FCK, then FY is 500 MPa. Okay, then what is given? So capital D is given to you. Overall depth is 450 mm and effective cover is 50 mm. So you can calculate the effective depth first. So effective depth D is equal to, it is overall depth 450 minus effective cover is 50, which is equal to 400 mm. D is equal to 450 minus 50, which is equal to 400 mm. This is the value of D. Okay. So now calculate the area of steel now. So area of steel, what is the area of steel? So these are the how many bars? 4 bars of 20 mm diameter. So area of steel AST is equal to 4 bars of 20 mm diameter, which is 1256.63 mm square. This is the area of steel. Correct. So now we got the value of area of steel. Now again go with the same procedure. So assume neutral axis lies in flange. Okay. So I have assumed that neutral axis lies in flange. Okay. What is the meaning? Therefore, what we can say XU is less than DF. That is what we have assumed. Now we can equate total compression forces to total tensile forces. So if we equate this, then it is 0.36 FCK, okay, 0.36 FCK BF into XU, which must be equal to 0.87 Fy. Yes. Now if you look this formula, 0.36 is constant, FCK value is known to you, BF value is not given to us in the problem. So we need to find out the value of BF first. XU we are going to find out from this equation only. 0.87 is constant, Fy value is known to us and AST is also known to us. So our first job is to find out this BF value. Okay. So to find out the BF value, what we will do, we will use the formula which is given in the IS code. Okay. So here we can use the formula which is given in the IS code. So you can write as per clause number 23.1.2, page 37 of IS 456-2000. What I can say, BF is equal to L0 by 6 plus L0 by 6 plus BW plus BW plus 6DF plus 6DF. Now put the values in the formula. So BF is equal to, it is 6000 divided by 6 plus 230 plus 6 into 40. If you solve, you will get the value of BF 1470. This is the flange width of flange. Now put this value of BF here in this equation and calculate the value of XU. Okay. So to find out the value of XU, 0.36 into FCK is 20 into BF 1470 XU, which is equal to 0.87 into FY. FY is FE500, so FE500 into AST 1256.63. So the value of XU is 51.64. So XU is equal to 51.64 mm. Now compare the value of XU with DF. Okay. So compare the value of XU with DF. So now DF is equal to, what is the value of DF? DF is 40 mm. Okay. Now here you can see that XU is greater than DF. Here XU is greater than D. So therefore our assumption is wrong. So our assumption is not correct. First assumption. Okay. So we will try now case number 2. Okay, that is our second assumption. So now we will assume that neutral axis is lies in the web. Okay, so XU is greater than DF, but DF is less than 0.43 XU. So neutral axis is lies in the web, but the stress distribution or compressive stresses are uniform throughout the flange. That is what is the meaning of DF is less than 0.43 XU. So that we will assume now, and we will write the second case. So here assume XU is greater than DF and DF is less than 0.43 XU. This is our second assumption. Okay. So for this now, this is our second assumption. So equate, now again equate all compressive forces to the all tensile force equilibrium. Okay. So for this case now, second case now, Cu means what? Cu means compressive force in flange plus compressive force in web. That is nothing but total compressive force, which is equal to T. Okay. So put the values. So put the formula for CUF, put the formula for CUW, then TU formula, and calculate the value of XU again. So here the formula is For CUF, it is 0.446 FCK BF minus BW, okay, into DF. This is the first bracket. CUF plus CUW, it is 0.36 FCK BW into XU, which is equal to 0.87 FY. Yes. So now put the values. So if you put the values over here, what you will get? Here it is 0.446 into 20 into BF is 1470 minus BW is 230 into DF is 40. First bracket is complete, plus in second bracket, second bracket 0.36 into FCK is again 20 into BW is 230 XU as it is, which is equal to 0.87 into 500 into 1256.63. Okay, so if you solve this, you will get the value of XU. Yes, I will see the answer. What is the answer? 62.92. Roll number 14 has given the answer 62.92. Others, please put your answer. Correct? Hai? Okay. So two persons are getting the same answer. Means the calculations are correct now. So 62.93. That is the answer. 62.93 mm. So this is the value of XU. Okay. Now compare that. XU is greater than DF. Okay, so DF is 40 and XU is 62.93. So already first condition is satisfied. XU is greater than DF. It is confirmed that our neutral axis is lies in the web. Now we have to see that whether the whether the stresses in the flange are uniform or not. Okay, so for that we need to check the condition. DF is less than 0.43 XU or DF is greater than 0.43 XU. So first, after the calculation of XU, you should calculate 0.43 XU. So 0.43 XU, which is equal to 0.43 into 62.93. Okay, so which is equal to, let me know the answer. The answer is 27.06. Others, anybody else, please drop the answer. At least 2 to 3 answers should be there for a single calculation, so it will not get wrong. 2 to 3 persons should give the answer. So roll number 14 says is saying 27.06. Is it the right answer? Okay, so 27.06 is the correct answer. 27.06. Now check the condition. Okay, so here what is the condition now? So here what we have got, XU is greater than DF. Okay, but what is the comparison of DF? So DF is not less than, but DF is not less than 0.43 XU. Am I right? Whatever I have written, because the value of DF is 40 and the 0.43 XU we are getting it as a 27.06. So our DF is not less than, actually DF is greater than 0.43 XU. So here also our assumption is wrong. Okay. So I can write here our, it is not visible, I think so. So we will move for the next case. So assume XU is greater than DF and DF is greater than 0.43 XU. Okay. So is it over? Write down up to the last line and let me know. Okay. So here our assumption is wrong. So we will move to next. So next what we are going to assume now, assume xu is greater than df and df is greater than 0.43 xu. So df is greater than 0.43 xu means what? Up to the certain depth yf, the stresses are uniform in the flange. After the yf to df, the stresses are not uniform. So we consider only the portion of the flange up to what the stresses are uniform. So now here xu is greater than df and df is greater than 0.43 xu, that is what we have assumed. So again equate total compressive forces, total tensile forces. So equate cu is equal to tu. Okay, so again you know that cu is nothing but cuf plus cuw and tu is 0.87 fy into ast. Okay, so here I can write cu is nothing but cuf plus cuw, which is equal to tu. So cuf is 0.446 fck, 0.446 fck, bf minus bw, bf minus bw into, now here we are in the third case. So instead of df, here yf will be there. You go to the formula of second case, and in that if you replace the df by yf, then you will get the formula for the third case. Okay, yf, this is the this is for cuf plus cuw is 0.36 fck bw into xu. Okay, bw into xu, which is equal to 0.87 fy as. So we need to put the values over here. So if we put the values, the values are, first we need to calculate the value of this yf. Okay, so we know that yf is equal to 0.15 xu plus 0.65 df. So put this value of yf in this equation. Okay, so if your writing is over up to this point, we will move to the next step. Write it down and let me know. So less than 1 minute is remaining. If it gets disconnected, please again rejoin. So over. So now you put this value in this equation. So we will go to the next and we will put that value over here. So it is 0.446 into 0.446 FCK. The value of FCK is 20 into BF minus BW 1470 BF minus 230 into YF. 78.14 is the value of XU. Okay. There is no need to write the formula. Have you solved this? Okay, very less people are there, 27. Before disconnecting it was around 52, 51. So we will wait for 2 minutes till other joins. Till others are joining, I will write the formula over here. XU is equal to, if I directly write the formula, then it will be 0.87 into Fy. So our Fy is what? Fe 415 or Fe 500? 500 into 1256.63. Okay, this is 0.87 Fy into AST minus 0.446 FCK. Here it is BF minus BW 1470 minus 230 into YF. So YF is 0.15 XU plus 0.65 into DF. Okay, and this is in one single bracket. Here the bracket will be there, and whole divided by whole divided by at the bottom 0.36 into FCK into BW. So if you solve, you will get the value of XU, and answer is 78.14. So XU is 78.14 mm. So this is the value of XU. So obviously XU is greater than DF. We already know this. Now check the value for what you can say 0.43 XU. So 0.43 XU is equal to 0.43 into 78.14. Answer is 33.6. Okay, so this answer is 33.6.43 XU. So here what we are observing now, so here XU is greater than DF and DF is also greater than 0.43 XU. Okay, so our assumption is correct. Okay, so our assumption is correct. Now calculate the value of XU max. Okay, now we will calculate the value of XU max. So XU max upon D is equal to, so now grade of steel is 500 I think. So for Fe 500, what is the formula for Fe 500? It is point किती असते 53.48 किती, that is 0.46. Okay, correct, 0.46. So now XU max is equal to, it is 0.46 into D. D किती दिले आपल्याला, आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केले वाटतं ना ओव्हरऑल डेप्थ मायनस इफेक्टिव्ह डेप्थ करून. D ची व्हॅल्यू किती होती आपली, so 184 is the final answer XU max. Okay, so D is something 450 if I remember. Okay, 184. So therefore XU max is equal to 184. Compare the value of XU and XU max. Here also what we have observed, our XU is less than XU max. So the section is under reinforced section. So the section is under reinforced or under reinforced section. Under reinforced section. Okay. So now see the formula. What formula can be applicable for case number 3? So here in the case number 3, we are going to use the formula mu is equal to it is CUF into ZF plus UW into ZW. Only the thing is that if the XU is less than XU max, that is the section is under reinforced, in the formula you put XU value as it is. But if your XU is greater than XU max, if that comes, that is your section is over reinforced section, so we assume it as a balanced section, and for balanced section we consider that XU is equal to XU max. So in the same formula, instead of XU you should put XU max, okay, to calculate the mu. Don't go for TU into Z in this case, for case number 2 and case number 3 in the case of the reinforced sections, T sections. Okay, so here I will write mu is equal to, it is Cu into Zu. So therefore Mu is equal to, in first bracket it is Cuf into Zf plus it is Cuw into Zuw. So just the formulas are there. So if you put the values, therefore Mu is equal to, what is the value of Cuf? It is 0.446 FCK Bf minus Bw into Df into, not it is Df, into here Yf, because we are in case number 3, into Yf. Now multiply this term by Zf. Okay, so for Zf I will write here, for Zf it is D minus Yf by 2. This is the formula. Okay, D minus Yf by 2, and your bracket number 1 will complete over here, plus now CUW. So what is the formula for CUW? It is 0.36 FCK BW, okay, into XU. And what is the lever arm? So the lever arm is D minus 0.42 XU. Okay, this is your lever arm, and this bracket is also complete. Okay, this is the value of ZF, and this is the value of ZW, which I have written in the blue color. Okay, now if you put all the values, you know all the values, calculate the value of YF separately first, and first let me know the value of YF. So if it is over, I will move to the, I will erase this. So D is equal to 400. हे जे आपण इथे घेतलेले D450 इफेक्टिव्ह डेप्थ, इट इज रॉंग और राइट? इफेक्टिव्ह डी किती काढलं होतं आपण? स्मॉल डी 400 का? ओके, सो आय हॅव रिटन ओव्हर हिअर 450. तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेशन करताना घेतलंय का बरोबर?
Yes, sir.
0.46 into 400, are we getting the same answer which we have written over there? 184, correct. Okay, so now we will move to the next. So we will calculate the value of YF first. So here YF is equal to, it is 0.15 XU plus, it is 0.15 XU plus 0.65 DF. Okay. So therefore YF is equal to 0.15 into, you put the value of XU. Now I don't remember what was the value of XU. So it is better you put the value, you are having the value, and let me know the final answer. What is the value of YF? So YF is 37.72. Okay, so YF is 37.72 mm. This is the value of YF. Now put this value of YF in the previous formula and calculate the value of Mu now. So therefore Mu is equal to, so if I started to write down the formula, so it is 0.446 into FCK is 20 into BF minus BW 1470 minus 230 into YF is 37.72, and now into lever arm is D minus YF by 2, so 400 minus 37.72 by 2. So this is the formula. So close this bracket now. This is the first, what we can say, CUF into ZUF. plus here CUW 0.36 into FCK into BW, okay, BW into XU. So what was the value of XU we have calculated?
78.14.
Please loudly. अजून एकदा सांगा. 78.14. This is the value of XU. Okay, 78.14. This is the value of XU. So now it is D minus 0.42 XU again, lever arm. So here D minus 0.42 XU is 400 minus 0.42 into XU 78.14. So if you complete this bracket, and if you solve, you will finally get the value of mu, and it is equal to, so I will see the chat box. So mu is 204.72. Okay, 20.4 point something, 206. Okay, ठीक है. These answers are right. Some variation will be there of 2, 3, 4 kilonewton. That is because of how you are inputting or how you are giving the input to the calculator. If you separately multiply each term and then add these two final terms, you will get somewhat difference in the answer. And if you what we can say, directly give this whole equation to the calculator, then also it will make some difference. Okay, in this case, so both the answers we will take it as the correct answers. So I will write here 204.7 kilonewton meter. This is our final answer. Okay, so this answer is our final answer. This is the answer for MU. So in this way now we need to solve the problems. Okay, this is, and these types of problems will be definitely asked in the exam. See that as these numericals are very lengthy, you can see that if we are going, as it is easy but lengthy. If we move to the case number 3, we have to do the lot of calculation. We need to check for case number 1, then case number 2, and then we finally finalize the case number 3. So in the exam, these types of problems will be asked to you, आणि त्या प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये तुमची केस नंबर 3 येत असणार आहे. ओके, सो दीज आर व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट प्रॉब्लेम्स राइट नाउ विच वी आर सॉल्विंग, and same to same these problems will be there in your examination. They will not give you the problem on the design of T-beam, as it is a very lengthy problem. Okay, normally 99% the in the examination problem is based on the the calculation of moment carrying capacity of the T section instead of reinforcement calculation. Okay, so we will take one more problem. Otherwise, instead of taking one more problem now, I hope you understand these types of problems. We will see how the W. And one more thing I want to clarify with you. Instead of T beam in the exam, suppose they have asked you for the L beam, then there is only one difference is change in the formula of BF. But rest all the thing will remain same. There is no change even though in the formula or any other thing. Okay, just you need to remember that whatever the problems we have solved of these T beams, in that the only change is that if they have given you the width of flange in the problem itself of the L beam problem, then there is nothing to do, you just follow the procedure. Okay, but if they don't give you the BF, that is width of flange in the problem, and problem is of L beam, then you should go to the IS code on page number 37. Below the formula of T beam BF, you will get the formula for L beam. Okay, so you use that formula and you calculate the width of flange for L beam, and the rest of the procedure is same. So by same way you are going to calculate the moment carrying capacity of L beam also. Okay, so now I will tell you the doubly reinforced T beams. what is happen if you provide the reinforcement at the top also. Okay, so we will move to the next slide. So now I will draw the T-beam. So as I have told you earlier, and you know it is very, you know that this web portion, this will act, so it will be like this. Okay. So this section will act as a single section. If you see, this will act as a single section. Okay, this will act as a one section, and we know that. So if I erase this line, no. Okay. So if you see that now the reinforcement is provided at the bottom. Here our regular reinforcement. Okay, let us call this as AST, and here somewhere the additional reinforcement is there. Okay. And this reinforcement is ASC. This is a one section. This will behave as a single section, and this is your flange section, that is slab. Okay. Now if you draw the stress distribution diagram, and if I show you the forces, so here I will draw. So the stress distribution diagram is same. Assume that somewhere here is your neutral axis is passing. Okay, so I will draw the line of neutral axis. This is the neutral axis. Okay, now I am not giving all the notations. You know that this total is BF, this is DF. Okay, the effect, what is effective depth, this portion is BW. All these things are known to you now. Now I am focusing on showing you the forces. Okay, so here at this level now you know that TU is acting. So this is your force TU. Here you know that when the neutral axis is lies in the web. Okay, so two forces will be there. First, first is the CUW. Okay, so the your CUW force will act somewhere here. CUW. Then at the center of the flange, one more force is acting. Okay, that is your CUF. So I will show here the CUF. This is regular thing, you know that. So I will give the name. This is your CUF force. Then this is your CUW, and this one is TU. This is normal. Up to this point there is no difficulty. You already know this. When the neutral axis is in web, we know that. Okay, this CUF force, suppose now if this distance is DF, you have already this also known to you that if this is DF, then the distance of this CUF force, it is DF by 2. Okay, and this distance is standard, you know that 0.42 x. From that you will get the lever. Okay, but now instead of showing this now DF by 2, now see what is happening over here now. Okay, so if I now see this line, okay, here the reinforcement is provided. So at this line, your another compressive force will be there, and if I show this with different colors, so you will understand. Let us see that this is D dash. The effective covering compression is D dash. Okay, and at this level now, your CUS is acting for the force. This is the steel in compression. So compressive force. One more compressive force will be there, and I will show that force in this way. Here somewhere it will act. Okay, and I will name this as CUS. Okay, I will name this force as CUS. And now where it is acting CUS, if this distance is D dash, then this will act at a distance of D dash from the top. Okay, so this will act at a distance of this much, and this is D dash, and this force is CU. Okay. So we know the magnitude of all the forces. So I will write the magnitudes. You copy down this. We know that formula for TU. TU is equal to, it is 0.87 Fy into AST. Okay. Then we know that for CUW, it is 0.36 FCK BW into XU. We know that for CUF the formula is 0.446 FCK BF minus BW into DF. Now this CUS. So this formula is again same. It is nothing but, this is the force is nothing but stress into area. This is the compressive force in steel, so I should consider that compressive stress in steel into area of steel. Area of steel is already known to me. Okay, so I can write here, see, it is FSC into ASC. But again same thing is there what we have seen previously. This is the stress in steel, this is the area of steel, but whatever the steel bars I am going to provide here, that much concrete is removed from that part. Okay, so I have to consider that stress also. So CUS is equal to nothing but, I can write FSC into ASC minus that much of concrete is removed, so I should consider the minus that concrete force. So it is what we can say 0.446 FCK, okay, into ASC. So if you combine the term, then CUS is equal to, it is FSC minus 0.446 FCK, okay, into AS. So this is the doubly reinforced section. Okay, one more term will get added here. Now, why this? If I show you this CUS over here, okay. So if I show you this force, your CUS will be acting like this. Okay, this is the position of CUS. It is not matching here and there, but you will understand now. So this is D dash. Okay, now if I show you the position of your, what we can say, TU, then this position is here. TU is over here. Okay, and whatever the distance between these two, this is nothing but lever arm. This you already know. Okay, this you are already knowing this. So if I show you the distance, so this is what is the distance, and this is the lever arm. This is nothing but your ZUS, I will call this as, and this will be D minus D dash. This is your lever arm, D minus D dash. These two forces also cause a couple, and if I give you the names, so here this is your CUS and this is your T, because from top to this point, that is your effective depth. From top to the this bottom, that is your overall depth. So this effective depth is D dash, D, and this distance is D dash. So if you do D minus D dash, you will get this. Okay. So now I hope you know all the lever arms very clearly. Okay. So first is for this one ZUW. Still I will write here for ZUW your lever arm. So that this is your ZUW. Okay. And that is D minus 0.42 XU lever arm for this. If you see ZUF, so ZUF is, this is acting at a distance of df by 2. So it will be d minus df by 2. This is the lever arm for ZUF. Okay, if I put the brackets over here, these are the formula. And for ZUS, this is the lever arm. And if I show you in the diagram, with the help of arrow, so this arrow, and again this one, this is the second arrow. Okay, so if you name this, then this is your, this is your ZUW, and this is your ZUF. Okay. And here you can see Z, here you can see ZUS, which is equal to, this is D minus D dash. Okay, Why it is d minus d dash? Because if you see up to this point, from top to this point here, okay, from top to up to this point here, this is nothing but this is your distance, this is your small d, effective dash. This is your small d. So if you do d minus d dash, you will get the value of this, because this is d dash. So this is doubly reinforced section. Okay, so here the magnitude of the forces and all these things are given. So only the thing is that if you are going to calculate the moment carrying capacity of doubly reinforced section, one more additional force you need to consider in the compression, and that additional force is CUS. Okay, so we will take one example based on this to calculate the MU of doubly reinforced section. But in an exam, doubly reinforced sections will not be asked to you, at least up till date. It is not asked in the exam. Okay, but still I have given you the clarification how the forces are there. So you write down each and everything, okay, and complete this. This is important. So if you are finished, then drop your roll number into the chat box, first thing. And second thing, on WhatsApp group I have shared you the Google form, okay, for your class test number 1 and class test number 2. Your class test number 1 is based on unit number 1 and unit number 2. 10 MCQs questions are there. Each question is for 1 mark. Then you have to solve this. The last date for that is 25th July. Okay, and secondly, second chapter test is also there, and it is on your chapter number 3 and chapter number 4. Okay, so in that test, I think 5 questions will be there. 2 questions are for 1 marks, and the remaining 3 questions are for 2 marks. Okay, so only 5 questions are there in your class test number 2. So you have to attempt these 2 tests within the stipulated time. That is most important. जो काही तुम्हाला टाइम दिलेला आहे त्या टाइमच्या आधी या टेस्ट कंप्लीट करा. टाइम झाल्यानंतर ते लिंक तिथनं रिमूव्ह केली जाईल आणि तुम्ही नंतर ऍड जरी करायला लागलात तरी ते ऍड होणार नाही. Okay, so please follow the deadline. And now in addition to this, today evening or in today afternoon I will share you with you one more Google form to submit your assignment number 1. You have already mailed me your PDF of assignment number 1, or you have already sent me the assignment number 1 on WhatsApp group. Okay, but what you need to do now, I will share you one more Google form for assignment number 1. You have to take the picture of your assignment, that is photograph, from cam scanner or any scanning application. You have to make it PDF of that, and that PDF you need to attach to the Google form which I will share to you today in afternoon or today in evening. परत एकदा मराठीत व्यवस्थित सांगतो की असाइनमेंट 1 साठी मी तुमच्या बरोबर एक गुगल फॉर्म शेअर करीन आपल्या व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुप वरती. तुम्हाला PDF फॉर्म मध्ये तुमची असाइनमेंट नंबर 1 तिथे अटॅच करायची आहे. मी अटॅचमेंटचा ऑप्शन देईन आणि तुम्हाला सबमिट करायची आहे. ओके, ह्यासाठी मी तुम्हाला 2 दिवस वेळ देईन फॉर असाइनमेंट नंबर 1. ओके, आय विल गिव यू द टाइम फॉर 2 days. समजलं का? So in that way you have to submit it everything, and please remember that तुम्ही जर असाइनमेंट 1 मला सबमिट करायला त्या गुगल फॉर्म वरती जर वेळ केलात तर ते तिथनं पुढे तुमचे 2 दिवस गेले. अजून आज तारीख किती आहे? नाउ टुडे इज 23. 25 तारखेनंतर तुमचं लेट चालू होईल. युअर मार्क्स विल गेट रिड्यूस्ड फॉर एव्हरी लेट. ओके, सो प्लीज मला परत असं सांगू नका सर मी तुम्हाला मेलवर पाठवलं होतं, मी तुम्हाला व्हॉट्सअप वरती पाठवलं होतं, पण मी ह्याच्यावरती पाठवलं नाही. कशावरती? गुगल फॉर्म वर. तर तसलं मी ऐकून घेणार नाही. तुम्हाला गुगल फॉर्म वरतीच पाठवायचं आहे स्ट्रिक्टली. सो आजच्या आज मी ज्या वेळेला लिंक शेअर करेन तुम्ही ऑलरेडी ते केलेलं आहे, तुमच्याकडे असाइनमेंट रेडी आहे, तुम्हाला फक्त गुगल फॉर्मला अटॅच करायचं आहे. सो आय थिंक यू आर clear with all the instructions. So right now I have uploaded 2 tests. You should start to solve the test now. ओके आणि ते ऑटोमॅटिक सगळं गुगल शीट आहे. तुम्ही काय कधी अपलोड केलंय काय नाही कधी टेस्ट दिली आहे सगळं डेट टाइम सहित माझ्याकडे डेटा राहणार आहे. सो डोंट बी लेट. ओके आणि त्या लिंकला एचओडी सुद्धा एचओडी बरोबर सुद्धा ती शेअर केलेली लिंक आहे. सो ही विल ऑल्सो डायरेक्टली गेट युअर रिपोर्ट. Okay, so be specific within this time constraint. You have to solve everything. Okay, so all the best for your test. Solve the test. Those 2 tests are just for 10 marks. It will hardly take half an hour to solve the test. First test is very easy. Within 15 minutes you can solve first test. For second test some numericals are there, so it will take half an hour. So in all it is a job of 40 minutes. Okay, so do it. So with that note now we will end our lecture today. So we will meet in the next lecture. Okay, so I will end the meeting over here.